Live in Los Angeles, it's The Herd. Wherever you may be, however you may be listening, thanks for making us part of your day. Yesterday was one of the wilder, especially the early windows, one of the wilder Sundays that I can remember. The league sometimes just doesn't make any sense. The teams we thought would be 0-2 or 2-0. The 2-0s are 0-2. It's why the sport is so great. Steelers are on top. Ravens, Bengals in the cellar. What is happening? J-Mac, 1 hour from now, where Colin was right, where Colin was wrong. We'll get to Caleb Williams in 5 minutes. All these rookie quarterbacks are just bailing water, just trying to survive. But Kansas City does what Kansas City does better over the – I mean, it's like the Patriots handed the baton to Kansas City on how to win games late against rivals.
The lucky Chiefs once again. Here we are, 2-0. Lucky Kansas. That's the only way to describe it, Colin.
Yes, that's what they said for 20 years on New England. Just lucky New England. They have officially have the Chiefs become the New England Patriots dynasty. They just figure out way to win games. You're not sure they have the better roster. They make mistakes. Their star quarterback will throw an ugly pick. And in the end, they never beat themselves late. That's just like Brady in New England. High leverage moments. You got an A-plus coach, the best in the game. Belichick was in his prime, and so was Andy Reid. A-plus quarterback, best in the league in his prime. A-plus special teams and kicker. Defense always makes a play, but it's the situational stuff that Cincinnati, bad pass interference call, Jamar Chase blowing a gasket. That's not what the Chiefs do. I mean, Brady would throw pick sixes in the Super Bowl. And Mahomes he's had multiple ugly picks this season. But it's that pass interference penalty from a young defensive back. It's losing your cool, and that's what Kansas City doesn't do. They're the old boat captain, the seasoned mariner, able to sort of navigate choppy seas. And, you know, high leverage, late game, I just never worry about it. The score's like, do they need one score? How much time do I have left? Now, the Bengals at 0-2 are still a good team. They're going to get better because T. Higgins is coming back. Burton, the younger receiver, will get better. I think Cincinnati's really good. Not all of these 0-2 teams. Rams may be in trouble. I don't think the Bengals are in trouble. If they met Kansas City in the playoffs, I would not be shocked. But I know who I would take to win. Kansas City. And the scariest part for everybody like J-Mac that thinks, well, it's a very lucky team. Luck comes to the prepared, is that they're no longer highly dependent on Mahomes. It's the defense winning these games. I mean, Mahomes had his lowest career passing yards in a game, 151. He had 2 picks. He's thrown 3 bad picks this year. He's had other picks that were dropped or should have been picks. Kansas City's offense, by the way, completely dried up in the fourth quarter. There was just nothing left. There was nothing to it. I mean, Travis Kelce, outside of one big play, it was invisible. It's like the old Gronk. He was great when you needed him in January and February, but Gronk, as he got older, wasn't always there. So this is a crazy league. You got McVay 0-2 and Lamar Jackson 0-2, and Pittsburgh can't move the ball much, and they're 2-0. But here is one thing in this nutty league that's become incredibly predictable. When the Kansas City Chiefs play one of their big rivals, wherever it is, they'll be the better team late. They'll be the better situational football team. This league is so close. I mean, Darnold takes apart the Niners yesterday. You don't know what you're getting in this league. We thought New England was the worst team. Well, no. They were 1-0 heading against Seattle, and they gave Seattle trouble. Here's Mahomes after a very choppy performance, but nonetheless, like always with Kansas City, a W.
I thought we did a lot of good things, but obviously the 3 turnovers just can't happen. The first interception, I got to find the backside linebacker, and I mean the kid made a great play on the second pick. But I'm glad we played not as clean as we wanted to, and still found a way to win. That speaks to the defense and the full entire team. But obviously we got to clean up a lot of stuff on offense.
They just figure out ways to stay close and win, persevere. Situational football rules this league. That's how all these playoff games end, right? You don't get very many blowouts in the playoffs. They all look like yesterday. Harrison Butker, big field goal. Travis Kelce, one big catch. Cincinnati makes a mistake. Cincinnati, fill in the blank. Could have been Baltimore, could have been Buffalo, could have been Miami. That's just the out. Now let's talk Caleb Williams. It felt like 1 on 11. Caleb Williams against the Houston Texans, incredibly ferocious and hard-hitting defense. So Keenan Allen out, probably a second-best receiver. Rome Odunze's got a bad knee. The Bears' offensive line was pitiful, and Caleb Williams was either getting sacked or about to get sacked and escaped. I mean, a lot of welcome to the NFL moments. Now, all 3 rookie quarterbacks are bailing water. None of them look good. They're all struggling. The rookie quarterbacks, all of them combined, the ones playing, no touchdown passes through 2 weeks. Combined. But Caleb is taking the worst beating. And he's finding out why Chicago struggles developing quarterbacks. I mean, I saw this yesterday. So Malik Willis, who was unplayable in Tennessee as a quarterback, goes to Green Bay, and they know how to do quarterbacks right. And Malik Willis, I'm like, that dude can play. Jordan Love, keep getting healed. We'll play Malik Willis. And that's the youngest roster in the league. Green Bay knows what they're doing with quarterbacks. LaFleur, no crazy owner, no impulsive general manager. Like, Green Bay just does quarterbacks well. And this was always my concern with Chicago. Caleb Williams is a great talent. Chicago doesn't know what they're doing with quarterbacks. They have no semblance of a run game. I thought the offensive line at the end of last year looked pretty good. Brutal. Caleb Williams was pressured, listen to this, on 36 of 48 dropbacks. He doesn't need a Superman cape. He needs a bullfighter's cape. He's going to get gored out here. He's just trying to survive. It's brutal. And I could hammer Caleb. I could hammer Bo Nix. I could hammer Jaden Daniels. It's a hard league. And they're all just, grabbing life preservers, trying to survive here. But, I mean, he's their leading rusher yesterday. But this is what I worried about. Defensive coach, defensive culture. I mean, you cross your fingers that Shane Waldron knows what he's doing, but the offensive line has regressed badly. And here's the other thing. What is their offense? In 4 opportunities, 2 starts of the game, and 2 starts in the second half. Those are your big drives, right? Your opening drive of the game, opening drive adjustment, second half. 4 drives, 3 of them a punt. I mean, what are they offensively? And again, it's a rookie quarterback. You're not going to use as much motion. It's going to be a bit more remedial. I totally get that. I mean, you're just trying to figure things out, but the O-line's worse than last year. The run game, non-existent. So what are they offensively? What is their philosophy offensively? What are they trying to do offensively? Malik Willis was bad last year in Tennessee. Unplayable. I watched him. And by the way, Malik Willis is didn't he get put on the Packers around like the 53-man roster time? He got put in late. He was inserted late to Green Bay. That looks good to me. That's just what Green Bay does with quarterbacks. But the only NFL team averaging under 3 yards per play is the Chicago Bears. 30th in motion, remedial, rookie quarterback. Now, does Caleb absolutely need to get better? Yes, he will. I don't worry about him. It'd be nice if Rome Odunze didn't have a banged-up knee. It would be better if Keenan Allen was playing. I think that one matters a lot. But once again, this was my concern. Caleb's going to be fine. Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, I think Penix is going to be great. J.J. McCarthy, cross your fingers on healing. But, I mean, right now, they are worse offensively, is Chicago, than Carolina. And we know Caleb's better than Bryce Young. Here's Caleb after.
And execute the way we needed to. And, we're going to keep getting better. Everything's about the responses. It's week 2. It's what the guys are. Obviously, I'm, a young guy. But I understand it's a long season. I'm understanding that it's week 2, understanding that we're going to respond and, just get better every day.
48 dropbacks, 36 pressures. Like, all you have to do is watch a Sam Darnold in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell. Some people get offense. Some franchises don't. And they don't forever. The Jets forever don't get offense. Minnesota, Dante Culpepper, Kirk Cousins, now Sam Darnold. Last year, 4 or 5 quarterbacks. Minnesota always seems to figure it out offensively. Green Bay always figures it out offensively. Chicago, you know what this looks like? Justin Fields. And I think Caleb's much better than Justin Fields. I think that, and I still think that. 6 weeks, check back with me. So, J-Mac, I wanted to save some Jets talk.
Oh.
Also, I wanted to save the Cowboy talk. That was fairly predictable. Not the outcome of the game, but the lack of grit by Dallas never shocks me. I mean, if you get a good punch on Dallas in the first round, they might as well just, call it a fight.
Didn't that look like the Packers playoff?